Hey guys, Halos213 here with another quick and easy video. I wanted to talk about this experience I had recently, which happened a couple days ago, which was my first time going to a Comic-Con convention in Illinois, Chicago. I've never been to one before. This was my first time, so if I miss or screw anything up when going over what I did there, let me know. Otherwise, so pretty much out of the whole time I've been there, it was a kind of a learning experience because once again it was my first con. And going there, it was really interesting. Like, the first thing that I noticed a lot about the con was all the stuff you could buy there. It's basically like a flea market convention for nerds. It's got cool clothing, which is pretty dope. Like, stuff that's custom made, like from inks and other cosplayers and nerds making up this cool, like, nerdwear you can wear, which I thought was amazing. There's a truckload of comics and manga, which is obviously, at that point, you know, we're going to Comic-Con, of course there's going to be a truckload of that. And even new artists and people trying to promote their own new comic books that we're releasing there, which I thought was fantastic, because it's a way for new artists and old artists to present their artwork and for a place to introduce new comics and get into new comics, which is amazing. They also had, which I thought was really fun, vintage toys and or weapons. And what I mean by vintage is stuff that was like way back then. Like, for example, we ran across the Star Wars toy collection that my father at the time was with me when we went because he likes superhero stuff. He actually recognized the toys as something he played with when he was young, which I thought was a cool memento to go back to. But yeah, anyway, out of the stuff that I there I found that was weird, there was actual metal replicas of the weapons. And the reason why I find this to be weird is because the weapons themselves were actual to weight and everything, and when you go into the convention, there's metal detectors that like were supposed to prevent people from coming in with weapons. But it's like, what's stopping someone from going into the convention, buying a metal weapon, and then just using that? Honestly, to me I feel like it's a bit weird. But also, minus the metal stuff and the weirdness of that, which I didn't know they actually sold at conventions, because, you know, for safety reasons I thought they wouldn't. They also had a lot of free stuff that you could just walk by and they'd be like, hey, you want this free thing? Also, here's a competition of some kind if you want to try and win more. It's really interesting and fun to see. And the cool, crazy stuff I got from the anime convention is a hand sanitizer from one radio station, a clip from another radio station, both doing giveaways, so there might be something in the future that gets sent to me. These are free though. Also what I got for free is they did a fun little show where they did what it takes to be an Imperial Stormtrooper. I watched it, I was like, it was okay, but they gave away these cool Imperial Stormtrooper certificates. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I got to keep for saying that I can be an Imperial Stormtrooper. I also got a White Sox sticker for free from another radio station, but they weren't giving a giveaway. For those who don't know, I'm a big White Sox fan. In the state of Illinois, we have two baseball teams for our state. For those who didn't know, it's the Cubs and the Sox. I'm a fan of the White Sox. And I got this cool pamphlet of the convention, obviously. Moving on, so the stuff we purchased while I was there was this cool 3D printed Buddha of the, it's basically Darth Vader as the Buddha, which for those who don't know, I'm a big fan of Buddhism, and it's freaking, what's it called? What's his name? Darth Vader. I keep forgetting names today. I'm like so tired. I just got back from the convention, by the way. Anyway, I got a cool signed photograph from Richard Gateco. He's this guy who was in Night at the Roxbury, one of amazing movies. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. And then these two amazing, oh wait, no, sorry. One last thing. I also got a free, cool little holographic, I guess, Stormtrooper card from the Stormtroopers United organization that makes all the Star Wars costumes. They were there. I got a cool, like, little graphical card from them, which is always cool. So the stuff that I did buy, also, minus this, is two cool posters, because I like hanging posters in my room. One of Venom, done by Robert Colburn Jr. He's a really cool artist. I highly recommend go check out his stuff. Tag right there if you want to go check him out. I also got one from Josh Leeson, because it was Gwenpool, and I really fucking like Gwenpool. She's amazing. Or not Gwenpool, Spider-Gwen. Sorry, Spider-Gwen. So yeah, I got these two posters, which I'll probably frame and hang up in my room, because I love fucking Spider-Man lore and Spider-Verse. So yeah, anyway, back to Halos once again. So minus the stuff that was there, Another big portion that a lot of people exaggerate when I see all the videos before going here was the community / people, and it's amazing. There's a lot of cosplayers. For those who want to know, we went on the last day of the Chicago Comic-Con trip, Wizard World, and even though there wasn't that many people, I guess they were kind of the minimum end. Like the minimum end when I was asking around, there was still a lot of people in my opinion. So the fact that going in a day at the end when there's still those little people there was crazy. There was also at the convention a Star Wars cosplay group, which is professional cosplays for people makes them, which is called the Star Wars 501st Legion. They're all around the world, and they pretty much do cosplay stuff for Star Wars characters, which was really amazing meeting them, and they were pretty cool for that matter. For those who were wondering, yes, I did go to Comic-Con cosplaying as a character. I'm not going to say which one I was because you may have saw me. You may have actually taken a picture with me because, I don't know, my costume wasn't that great. I don't know why people want a picture of it. But if you want a hint, I was a gray-haired anime character. And I ran into two people. They didn't want their faces on the video, but I said I would shout out their names. Big shout out to Michelle and Ian for talking to you guys. You guys have a cool perspective on anime, and it was good meeting you guys. But yeah, so the community itself, it's so diverse, and it's always cool to see these different types of like cosplays and people because you get to like actually talk about your like favorite stuff about the series that you guys like connect to. It's really cool. Anyway, minus the community, the other crazy stuff we went to was the event and panels. And yes, they don't allow you for the celebrity like picture and autograph area. We could talk to them. They don't allow no filming there, so sorry I don't have a film of that. But they did have a lot of free panels events you could go to, which would have some of the celebrities there. There was what's it called? A cool little thing we went to. It's how to be a stormtrooper, which was kind of fun. It basically is a little fun gimmick that they ran for a couple minutes that taught you how to be a stormtrooper as a joke. There was one where we actually got to, when we were on the floor looking at like stuff we could buy, the cool geek merch, there was the actual couple of old Simpsons artists who were just drawing people as Simpson characters for money, but you could sit down and just talk to them while they were drawing, which was a really cool experience. And then on top of that, I think the biggest event that hit me really hard was we went to a panel by Kevin Conroy. He's the voice actor to the old voice actor to the animated Batman series, and he's amazing in the sense that he's really a nice guy. I've actually met him, and his like spiel about when he's going from panel to panel and like explaining like his day-to-day life, it's really interesting to see like how much of an impact he has on all the people who watch the show. And I want to give a big shout out to him. So yeah, if you haven't already, go check out Kevin Conroy's work. He's amazing. I highly recommend him. He's a cool dude. In conclusion, my thoughts on this panel, or the convention itself, I really liked it. If you're anyone who's into anime, manga, superheroes, cosplay, or video games, or video games, I highly recommend go checking it out for at least once if you can. They usually tour around the whole U.S., so if you're not in the U.S., sorry, but I highly recommend if you can get a show there. Sorry if this video was being a bit short on the footage. My cell phone was running low on battery. I forgot to charge it the morning before. And what happened was it ended up dying about halfway through our trip. So again, if it's really limited on footage, I apologize again. Also, if you're watching this the day it comes out, around this time I've stopped streaming for a little bit. My computer is having some problems with trying to stream right now, and I'm trying to fix it up. It's also my internet. And on top of all that, I had time to film this video that I'm doing now, and another video that will be coming up shortly. So yeah, hopefully we can get that back in track, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. If you guys like this content, kill like button, subscribe, come to Spartan today. Oh, and Twitch and chat link in the description.